Whoa, what is going on, guys?
All right.
Panaloids live stream.
Panaloids!
You want me to do the intro?
Panaloids.
You want me to do
I
the
wrote
intro?
you an intro. I wrote it for you.
I'll
so
do
I
the
wanna
I'll
see-
do the intro.
All right.
Welcome to Panaloids Comic Book Live Stream, where we talk all things comics every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Here we are again with Kyle, AI Dimitri, and Jeremiah. I'm sorry, I didn't write the AI in there. That was Kyle. I was like I thought it was like Al at first. I was like, oh, who's Al? And then I realized, yeah, we're still doing the AI Dimitri.
So if you notice, my subtitle to my name says not Luke Combs, because since we've done our last episode, 3 different people have called me Luke Combs.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
When they said Luke Combs,
find
I
out
thought
who
they
that
meant,
is.
I thought they meant Jeremiah. I don't know what Luke Combs looks like, but I just thought he looked like Jeremiah.
Like me.
Why would they call me?
Oh, okay. We got a nice little reverb there. Jeremiah, talk again?
Hey, and we're good? We good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. You turned into AI as well.
Why the hell would I be Luke Combs? I'm not large or have a large beard or red.
So for anyone
that
who
matter.
didn't catch that, Jeremiah just made a slight towards my weight. So we will mark that down.
No, I made a
and
slight towards the fact that Luke Combs is like 6'3", 250 pounds.
If we strike that down, Jeremiah just made a comment towards me being 5'4". That is 2 strikes for Jeremiah. We are only in the first 2 minutes. Jeremiah, you're cutting it close here. You're cutting it close.
I haven't
You know
been
what
here in a
happens
while.
strike
I gotta
three.
get my licks in.
Oh, you'll get some extra. All right. Let's do the news. Pierre, start it up.
All right, the news, baby. That's what we're talking about here. Marvel to publish prequel to original Planet of the Apes movie. This sounds like Kyle's note.
It is my note. So I just want to say I've been reading the Planet of the Apes current Marvel comic. It seems to be continuing the more recent movies, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I was happy to see they're going to actually go to the original movies and make some new content regarding that. So it's very exciting.
Is it Dave Walker still?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Him doing anything Planet of the Apes is worth reading for sure. I'm not on the new Marvel stuff yet, but I will follow Dave Walker to the ends of the earth after Bitterroot. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And the fact that they're going back to the original script with Rod Serling. I have a hometown tie to Rod Serling, so I always have a little warm spot in my heart for Planet of the Apes for that matter. Also, the original movies were incredible, so I don't know why more people haven't cared about them lately.
I want to read the original book. I think it's actually translated from French, if I'm not being ignorant.
No, I think you're right. I think you nailed that. Yeah.
That would be something to actually, and when I say read, I mean listen to on Audible, because I'm an adult. And we listen to books.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. What else we got?
Can I give you a hot take? Just a little hot take?
Yeah, please.
I'm afraid of your hot take, but go on.
I'm ready for it.
I think the newer Planet of the Apes movies are better. And
you're
moving
wrong.
on.
Hi, Extreme. Hi, Extreme. Glad to be joining us.
Extreme is here.
Extreme is here.
It's extreme time, baby.
Extreme's here.
Yeah.
Next up in the news. Not even gonna let you comment on that. Not even gonna let you comment. I knew it wouldn't be a good comment. So Mark Waid and Dan Mora, starting in issue number 20, Batman and Superman will explore Earth 22. What does this mean, Jeremiah?
I have no idea. I don't know what Earth 22 is for DC off the top of my head. I know that if Mark Waid's writing it, I want to read it. That's all I know. Dan Mora's artwork is incredible. Does anyone know what Earth 22 is? Is this the first time we're going there?
Earth 22 is Kingdom Come.
How did I not know that?
Very interesting, right? Have we read anything or had anything?
We stumped Jeremiah.
I stumped
Jeremiah.
I only know it because it's the article that I read about.
Oh, okay, fuck off.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it was Earth 22 off the top of my head. Who knows that?
I mean, I know the majority of the Marvel universe's numbers off the top of my head. But yeah, Earth 22. I mean, Kingdom Come was a godsend for sure, and anything Mark Waid attaches to it is going to just be good.
Yeah.
And that run, his World's Finest Batman Superman run, has been great, absolutely great. And I got to chat with him for quite a bit at Baltimore, which was fun. Which I'll talk more about later during collection acquisition. So stick around for that, people. I haven't been here in a while, and I got a lot to show off.
I'm ready for it.
For the people that don't know, Kingdom Come Superman, or Kingdom Ka, what did you say? Kingdom
Come.
Oh yeah, I'm not one of those people, by the way. So tell us more about this Superman and what he is, because I don't.
Old.
Well,
I know him.
Kingdom Come was a 4-part maxi series written by Mark Waid with art by Alex Ross in 1994. 94, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong by a year. It could be 95. But anyways, 1994. And it's just one of the better like maxi stories ever. Self-contained universe. Superman is old as shit. He was married to Wonder Woman in it, I believe. We get an old ass Batman. We get a really cool version of the Flash and a really cool version of the Green Lantern. And I don't want to get into any spoilers because I think it's one of those books that everyone needs to read. It is on the upper echelon of like Watchmen, Mouse, like that kind of, just for superhero books. Kingdom Come is something that everyone should read.
Question for everyone. Besides Jeremiah, who actually read Kingdom Come? Because I have not.
Oh, of
What?
course not.
What?
Of course
How-
not.
I think
You
I
also
own it,
haven't
too.
read New Frontier either, so that's a
No.
shame.
No.
That's a crying shame.
Though
Over
I have my
two.
reasoning for that. That's not really my style that I like. So that doesn't pull me, you know.
Yeah, but you like futuristic. You're a fucking Batman Beyond fan. How do you not like Kingdom Come?
I just never got to it. I think I own it. Like I own
Really good
like,
point.
a graphic novel, but yeah.
I think you do own it. I think I've seen it on like one of your shelves or in a box.
Yeah.
So
Has Batman Beyond ever been in Kingdom Come?
not yet.
I know, like, old Superman was in Batman Beyond, like the show, but like,
It's a
Oh, that was
different old
Superman.
Superman. Yeah,
That's the old
there's
Superman.
And it's a very similar look to the Kingdom Come Beyond. I mean, the Kingdom Come Beyond. The Kingdom Come Superman. The hairstyle is
Mhm.
exactly the same, and the suit is very similar in terms of like the symbol.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kingdom Come. Well, everyone needs
So
to.
you're
read Kingdom
saying
Come.
there is room for a Kingdom Come Beyond?
Oh, 100%. There's definitely room for Batman Beyond to join that universe for sure.
that's a rabbit hole.
So here's we got time. It's a live cast. This is where we're gonna just ramble and someone else has to edit it. So one fun fact about Alex Ross is he's not only insanely talented at artistry, but also costume design. And if you look up the Wonder Woman Kingdom Come costume, it is one of the most beautiful costumes Wonder Woman has ever had, but it's also one of the most intricate. And every artist hates Alex for designing that fucking costume, because if they have to re-render it, it's going to take them like an entire day to do a page with just that costume. Whereas I believe Alex could do 3 pages a day, and anytime Wonder Woman showed up, it wasn't an issue for him. I could be wrong in that math and how quickly Alex did it, but that is a rumor that he's insanely fast. And the way he designed that costume, any other artist who tries to render it is just so upset because it's so difficult.
Isn't every character he does just his face? Like he just uses his face as reference for every single person.
Not every single person. He does go through like cycles of using older actors or current actors. Like his Reed Richards right now is based off of a current actor. Oh God, he's in like Justified and was in Santa Clarita Diet, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I really like him. I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, I can't think of his
Will
name off the top of
Ferrell?
my head, but that's his Reed right now.
That makes sense. That's not who I would have ever picked as a Reed, but
Oh, I want him as Reed so bad. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if he's got like the attitude for Reed, but he's got the look for Reed. Like
Pierre, the
all
guy-
day, he's got the look for Reed.
the guy that had Boba Fett's armor in Mandalorian.
Yep.
I wouldn't want him as Reed.
I don't know. I guess I always see him as a cop because everything I've watched, he's like a cop kind of guy.
And
I would.
and Reed is not a dick to you, like
I don't know. It's just a different vibe. It's a
Fair
different
enough.
like.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's like real
Yeah,
like.
I see.
don't
I
know,
see Reed
smooth.
more like an Alex Driver. Adam Driver, Adam Driver.
I don't see that either.
I
Either
don't.
one.
I really
I
don't.
see him
I
as
really,
Doom. I see Adam Driver as Doom all day.
I just
I
don't
don't
want
want
this if we
Adam
had
Driver
Kylo
in
Ren.
it at all. I don't want him in it at all.
Yeah.
Hot take. I don't want to see his face anymore.
But don't you think
Yeah.
his Doom would just be a version of Kylo Ren?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be a rip-off of Kylo
It would just
Ren,
be the
but-
same thing. He'd be playing the same character.
Extreme, let
Yeah.
us know what you think. What role should Adam Driver play in the MCU?
Next up, Cody Ziegler and Iban Coelho, is Giant Size Spider-Man #1 is coming out in January. What does that mean for us? I guess
means we're
Miles Morales, maybe.
Spending more money.
Yeah, it
that a
has to be a
Miles?
Miles book. It has to be
Yeah.
a Miles.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's a Miles book. It's just
Nice.
one more like one shot spin-off events. Like Cody's run is so good that it's starting to seep out into like, all right, let's make Cody do more Miles. Like it's happening.
I think
Nice.
Miles needs a mega event, and Cody needs to fill that out.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's gonna get there. I
'Cause,
feel
like,
the
Dark
seeds
Web
are being
was-
planted.
Dark Web was not good, and we need a new good Spidey event.
Yeah.
Dark
I just
Web
want to
had
say,
potential.
Zeb, I love you, but I just didn't like Dark Web. Okay.
Leave Zeb alone. Damn it. Tired of it.
Yeah, Dark Web had potential, and I
I
don't
had
know what happened.
potential. It just it missed for me. That's all. And not
think-
every comic is written for you. Like that's just
Uh,
something that a lot of people need to learn to accept. That not every comic is written for them.
I don't feel like it was written for a lot of people. Next. No, here's my thing. I just feel like it took too long to get there. And like I lost interest and stopped following it halfway through. Like I was just like it was just going and I was like, all right, I don't care anymore. Like
Fair
I
enough.
just yeah. But I guess next up, WGA and AMPTP reached tentative agreement to end writer strike.
Writer's strike is hopefully ending soon. We
That's
are
big.
still solidarity with the writers. So until it ends, we will keep fighting with you. But I'm excited to see everything that moves forward after this strike is done and the writers are paid the way that they're supposed to be paid and taken care of and compensated the way that they should be compensated. Fuck AI. Don't you use AI.
No, unless it fixes Dimitri, because he is AI, so you have to use AI to fix.
Have you guys seen an AI made story? It's really bad.
Oh, God, they're almost scary.
They're springboards. It's the only way that an AI story should work is as a springboard. You get a springboard and then you edit the shit out of it to make it make sense and good. Which if a company wants to do that and admit that they use springboards, cool. I mean, there's plenty of companies that use springboards a long time ago and still to this day. If they want to use AI for that instead of reading the blurb on the back of a old sci-fi novel, have at it. But yeah, it should not be used for actual content.
They're like the one I saw. Oh man, I can't remember the podcast. It's one of the guys that used to do Mad TV, like back when we were kids. It's
Norm
like his
Macdonald?
podcast.
Oh no, he's dead.
He's like a bald, heavyset guy. He was in a Three Stooges reboot. Anyway,
Will Sasso.
yes. Okay. So his podcast, he did one where it was like they threw like Tom Hanks and Timothy. How do you say it, Pierre?
Chalamet?
Shamalabada.
Thank you.
Shyamalan.
Bad.
So it was like make a movie about them two, and it's Tom Hanks AI voice being like, Timothy, I'm a train. Or no, not a train. It was a bus. It's like, I'm a bus. I've turned into a bus. You need to ride me and help me not be a bus anymore. And it was so bizarre. And it like had like video and like it looked like them. And it was just like, then his face was the bus.
What?
Tom Hanks. is the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's Thomas and the train engine
Yeah. But that's
Mm.
is
exactly.
Tom Hanks.
Uh-huh.
I
That
get
probably
it.
was the cue. Yeah.
I get it.
But
Makes
that's
sense.
not what they
Makes
put
sense.
in, and it pulled from the internet, and it ruined everything. It made it
AI
bad.
got there quicker, but it took me a minute, but I got it.
Scary. If I find it again, I'll send it to you guys.
Well, I'm
Yes.
glad to hear that they have came to agreement at least because
Oh
of
yes.
scenarios like that.
It's tentative. It's tentative. It could go tits up, but it's most likely going to go through.
And
So,
actors are still on strike, and there's still talks of video game voice acting and all of that behind there going on strike. But
Mhm.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, we're still gonna talk about things to an extent. We're just not gonna be like, go watch this and give the money. It's more like this is trash, and whatnot. But the first news, I don't know if you saw this, is a little out of comic book related, but the first news that kind of like spilled out when this happened is The Office is getting a reboot.
yeah,
Mm.
I hope it's a continuation, not a straight reboot.
Mm.
But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Someone's on it originally though. Like I don't know if it's a showrunner or one of the original, producers, somebody from the past is involved.
Okay.
I just
Bring
don't
you-
understand why you'd have to bring it again. Like you did it twice now. Like it's
Well, I mean, I don't think you can count British Office because
think that's-
American Office expanded on it so much that like British
I
Office
guess.
is.
Have you
like,
tried British
one-
Office? Because
I
it's
look too much like one of the characters, so I can't watch it.
it bothers you.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They can't do it again. They can't do it again. It just doesn't make sense.
It'd have to be themed or something, or like I don't know. Make it about remote work. That'd be fun.
Collection acquisition time. I've got a lot to show off.
All right, I'm just gonna
Does
mute
anyone-
myself. and
Does
just let
anyone
you
want to go first, or do you want
And-
me to go
Same.
first?
I'm just gonna leave the room. I'll be back in like
Like I don't have anything.
no. I'll do mine first just because I have one thing, and then Jeremiah goes on his run. All right. So the comic book shop, I picked this up today, a Gambit Legends. So
Select.
is it
It's a
Legends?
select,
No, Select.
not a
All right.
Legends.
And-
So he actually sold out of these last week or 2 weeks ago, and then I ended up picking up a Planet Hulk, so that was cool. But he just bought a new collection recently, and in that collection was one of these, and these are out. Like they're not printing any more of these, so I'm gonna open it.
Yes, you are. Let it breathe.
Yeah,
Let it
I'm
breathe.
okay with this one. These big ones, I feel like they come with a display and everything inside.
It's a
It's like,
danger room
yeah.
display. You got to plug them all
Yeah.
together.
I was like, let me open it. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll open that later on.
I did buy
I
something
was happy
actually.
about that.
I will talk about very quickly. I bought the $70 McFarlane Gold Label Clayface, Batwoman, and Batman, and
you're
I
just
got the
gonna-
box, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's no window.
So you're just gonna let them suffocate in there?
No, I'm returning it.
Oh.
$70 for a box with no window? That's it. You could go now. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm returning it. That's it.
So
Not
He
happy.
did the right thing.
Right?
all right. First things first, most importantly, today we have a new Paulo Rivera cover release. Usagi Jumbo Ice and Snow, the 1 in 100, the 1 in 1 in 25 variant. Fun fact about this, if you go back to our first ever professional interview, we got a little bit of a teaser for this. Paulo mentioned that he wanted to do a Usagi cover, and almost 2 years later, it is in the flesh now. So if you can get a copy of that at your local comic book store, I suggest that you do, but because it is a little higher incentive variant, it might be kind of difficult. And if you can't find one, well, in about a week or so, I'll be announcing the giveaway on the Rivera collection, 500 follower giveaway with a chance to win one of those. I got a second one just to give away. So I haven't been on in a while. Before the last time I was on, I went to Baltimore Comic-Con, and the biggest thing that I got at Baltimore Comic-Con is I got 2 remarks / sketches. This is the Book of the Geomancer prop book from Valiant.
You're gonna worship some demons or summon them rather.
Opposite, it protects Earth, and it actually
Hmm.
like within the book is the history of the Valiant universe, but the only person who can read it is the Geomancer, which is why like it's blank, which is really cool.
Ah.
And that's a good reason to turn it into a sketchbook. So the first sketch that I got in it is a David Mack Shadow Man. I am a massive David Mack fan. I am a massive
pretty
Shadow
cool.
Man fan. I can't believe that I own original art by David Mack. That was a $50 A-mark. And then for $65, slightly more, I got a Carrie
Oh, wow.
Nord Exo Manowar. Carrie had a nice run on Exo. I think it totaled 7 or 8 issues of the 2012 original 50 run. And he did a bunch of variants for it as well. So absolutely fantastic. I am intending on getting a few more sketches in it at New York. My goal, highly unlikely, but my goal is Bill Sienkiewicz. If I can get a Bill Sienkiewicz sketch in here, I'll be a happy camper. He's my number one get. But after that, I know I'm getting a Matt Kint in here. I may get a V-Ken. Marion, if V wants to be friendly with me like he's supposed to be, and possibly some others because I'll be there for 2 days. And then I did a comic trade. I did a trade. I got something signed at Baltimore, and when I got it home, I decided I didn't want it in my collection anymore. Which was a flat unused Shadow Man Zero cover. I got it signed by Bob Hall. Put it out there that I wasn't interested in it anymore, and someone offered to trade me a Unity Red label from way back in 1992. These were one per store back then, which means there was a lot of them, but it was a free book, so most of them got thrown away. This may be going to our friends at Desert Wind for Jim Shooter at New York, possibly. I haven't fully decided yet. This is something that will be going to our friends at Desert Wind and New York because I just don't want to deal with it and I don't want to mess with it. I got the Shadow Man number 5, 1 in 125 incentive variant Raphael Grandpa cover. There are only 117 of these that exist, and there's only 8 in the 9.8 grade. So I'm going to attempt to get Signature Series Raphael Grandpa on this, but I don't want to mess with it. I'm just bringing it right to Desert Wind in the case and having them handle all of that as well. And then,
I have a funny Desert Wind story to cut you off real quick.
No, please, by all means.
I got a text 10 o'clock last night. And they're like, hey, can we just verify your email? I'm like, yeah, sure. Then they sent me an invoice for $1,200. I was like, what the fuck? So I texted back and I'm like, I gave my card information. Do you guys not charge me? And they were like, we don't think so. Please double check everything, but we don't think we ever charged you. And I'm like, can you tell me what cards you have of mine on file? Because that's how I always paid. Like I never paid by invoice before. So and you know me with money, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mess. So I'm like, so I texted him again. I'm like, before I go through a year of statements on several credit cards, give me some direction. Like, I don't remember paying it, but again, I just figured it was lost in the midst of a bunch of other expensive Comic-Con purchases. So I might owe them money for almost a year and I had no idea. So I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, I gave you my card info, just run it. Maybe it didn't run, maybe it bounced. Who knows? But I owe them money. So I gotta take care of that. I gotta figure that out.
Oh boy.
Anyway, continue.
And lastly, I acquired a comic that I never thought I would acquire. I got very, very lucky. I got the Shadow Man number 13, 1 in 50 Shane Davis variant. First appearance of Punk Mambo. This variant, I think there's less than 100 of these. I think there's only 88 of these that exist. I could be wrong with that number, but I'm pretty sure it's less than 100. And this is fucking minty. So I might just send this to CGC just to keep it safe and encapsulated.
Can we coin that minty?
minty. Very Valiant heavy, which I know I'm the only one of the 4 of us / the whole universe that gives a shit about it. But I'm a happy camper because a long time ago, not too long ago, but a long time ago, I had to sell the majority of my Valiant books when I moved, and I'm finally in a position where I can start acquiring these back without stressing and without worrying. And that's a great position to be in, I feel. And I'm proud of myself. So yeah, but that was fun. Oh, that was fun. Oh, that was
so
much
just
fun.
out of what you showed, just give us some of the prices real quick.
I don't know if my wife can hear me. I got lucky with the 13. I paid less than 300 for it.
Okay.
With the number 5, I paid around what the number is for it. Uh, the Unity was free because I traded it.
Okay.
And yeah, those sketches, the remark by David Mack was $50. He will be doing remarks at New York. I highly suggest getting a remark from David Mack. And the best part about it is like he didn't lift the pen until it was time to do the Shadow Man chess symbol. So he did the whole thing like connecting. It was really, really cool. And then one of my favorite moments of the con, and I got to find out something that happened with it later on, but I was getting the remark from Carrie Nord, and Carrie Nord and David Mack were right across from each other. And I was in cosplay, I might add.
Yeah, you are.
So I was looking ridiculous as shit. But right when Carrie Nord got done with the remark, I went to leave, and someone was asking for David Mack's signature, and he wanted it in purple. And David Mack said he didn't have purple, but I had a purple paint pen on me. And I snuck in between the two of them, and I stuck up the purple paint pen, and David Mack grabbed it, and I just walked away. And then turns out someone later got a remark from David Mack in their Alias omnibus of Purple Man with that paint pen. And I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. But it was my paint pen that did that. So
right.
I'm okay with it.
That's the butterfly effect right there. You changed history.
Yeah. It was really cool to see that remark too. You could find it. There's a couple Facebook groups that I'm a part of now, like Signed Comics or Remarked Comics or Sketch Comics. And since we're still on like my shtick, I'm gonna give a shout out to all the people who have messaged the Rivera collection in the past week about like 5 different Rivera pieces that have gone on sale. Just to see if I was interested. 3 people messaged me the same thing.
That's funny.
And I was super interested in that one, but with Comic-Con coming up and the guy wants a little bit more than I'm willing to pay. I got a message today. I'm gonna keep it anonymous for a minute, and I might mention it next week if the thing is around. But he had an old, not super old, but he had an old Paulo commission that he was considering parting with, and I was the first and only person he's asked so far, which I feel very grateful that he saw that as an opportunity, because he wants it to go to a home that won't get rid of it, who won't try to just flip it, which is nice. The piece is one of the best commissions I've ever seen.
Really?
To the point that I know Paulo still sells prints of it. You can find a print of it on his website.
Okay.
But the original, he wanted 800 for, and it's tempting. If New York wasn't right around the corner, I would be real hard pressed to.
Yeah, New York's gonna be pricey. So
yeah, you're telling me I put a deposit down on something very expensive, and more of that later.
Little teaser. All right, let's go to Polar Pass. Dimitri, did you read anything this week? I know you don't see the list per se.
I do.
All right, you go first.
Just Superman. The new Superman.
Still doing Superman.
Still doing Superman. Just Superman, actually. It's really cool. I just I'm waiting for like the Lex Luthor heel turn, because he's like really nice and really like himself, but like that something's brewing. I'm waiting. I'm invested for like the down the line. That's it.
Okay. So it's still you're still liking it though. You're still
liking it. I'm on issue 5.
Okay. Mine is similar. I just been sticking to the same, but I'll save that because I read a lot actually. Pierre, you're up next. Yep.
I only read 2 books. Can I talk about those real quick?
Yeah, you want? Yep, because then it's gonna be a lot of Pierre, because Pierre actually put us.
I read a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's go that way then. Yeah.
Well, my books are from last week. I didn't read anything this week besides Usagi, whichever one should get Usagi, but that's a poll for sure. Stan Sakai. Saga. Yeah, just keep pulling that. That book is untouchable. And Uncanny Spider-Man. I am looking forward to this run. I'm excited to see where this is going. Lee Gabert's art fits very, very well with not only Nightcrawler, but Spider-Man himself. So the combination is really, really interesting. and the story definitely hooks you. I'm really, really excited for this. So those books both came out last week. Usagi came out this week. I'm halfway through Ultimate Fallout. I mean, Ultimate Invasion. I know Pierre is going to talk about it, and I'm fine with getting a spoiler because I'm what I've read so far. Oh boy, yeah. Moving on to Pierre.
All right. So I'm just gonna talk about the only books that I read, which is a lot of them. So we're gonna go quick through it for most part. Loki #4 feels like it's the end of the story. Like I don't know if there's gonna be another one. It might have been just a 1 through 4 shot, but like it feels like it could end here. But it also like they could continue it if they want to. It wrapped up like kind of what was going on in his little storyline, and basically he's just come to agreement with he already knows himself. So Bullseye actually makes an appearance in that, so I figured Jeremiah may enjoy that. So Bullseye gets a piece of this ancient ship that Loki created, and he out of this ship makes a book, and in the book he reads what Loki is, and it's like when you hear your truth, you go like crazy and on a rampage, and he can control you. But the problem Bullseye, I guess, dealt with was that Loki's truth he already knew. He's like, I already knew I was a liar. I already knew like I was who I am. Like it is what it is. Like you can't destroy me. Like so Loki just beat him, and that was the end of that. So, but like I said, I don't know if it's gonna go further than that, but I liked it. I liked the little run that it was.
No
So
seeds were planted at all. Then it's just very
nothing. Just ended with
Okay.
his throne being on fire, and that was really it. So he was just like, I know who I am. Like, you know, I'm the god of lies or god of whatever. It is what it is. So he just was fine with what he was. That was it. So it was good. Death of Venomverse was huge. So that was this week. No, so last week and this week. I didn't read this week's yet, but Null has finally made an appearance. Null is here. Null
Mm,
has made it.
he's
Can I just
alive.
say that again? Null is back. So I don't know how long he's going to be back for. Again, this week was going to be their fight, and I didn't read that yet. So, but basically, Carnage again has been collecting a bunch of different Venoms and Carnages and powers, and now he's like, you know what? I want something that's like really challenging. Let me go up against this, and then you see Null, and then that's what this one's going to be about. So, yeah, Kyle, I don't know if you want to do yours right there. It looks like you have a little something.
Sure, I'll go real quick. I read a manga. It's called Shoujo Null. It's funny because like you were talking about Null. This is also called
Oh,
Null.
nice. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
spelled
yeah. I
differently. You
didn't.
like that? How I
I don't.
tied that in?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
It's about robots. It's kind of like a iRobot kind of thing. Only like the robots are advanced and people take advantage of them, and you find out that they're not so much as robot. They're kind of like people made people, like people made like
Babies like you
real.
did with your wife.
No, it's like a robot baby.
Oh,
It can like murder people like pretty easily. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't. It's kind of like one of those conspiracies of like humans made a whole nother like kind of humanoid, and they made it too well, so then they put a microchip in it so they could control it and use it for their own war. To use it for war, pretty much. So I read the first volume because I know how mangas work. I might try and read some more of it. It's an interesting idea. Of course, it's like a young boy and a young girl, and he saves her, and then she just slaughters a whole bunch of like YouTubers. Actually, they're like live streaming, and he like pulls out a chainsaw, and she like uses the chainsaw to like get hit in the chip that's stopping her from having free will. So then when she has free will, she just takes the chainsaw and just goes ballistic, and like while they're live streaming. So that's kind of what made me be like, all right, let me see. I'll see what the next chapter brings. But yeah, that was my manga pull. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. I think anything with a chainsaw is pretty popular right now. So let's keep it going. Chainsaws. I think
My
that's what's in this
nephew
year.
will be cosplaying as Chainsaw Man at New York Comic Con
That's
this year.
really cool.
How old is your nephew?
Cool.
12.
That is really
so-
cool.
So he's gonna be like a tiny Chainsaw Man running around.
I don't know. I know my sister bought him the costume, and like I'm trying to tell him, like, kid, you wearing it? You're wearing it all day. Like, no taking it off, no making me or your mom carry that shit around. Like, if you want to cosplay, you gotta commit.
Yeah.
New York City's a big city. We're staying in Jersey. We're training in. We're walking a lot.
Poor kid.
So,
That's awesome. That's a cool costume though.
Yeah.
So the next book on my list is What If Dark Carnage. So What If Dark, if you haven't been following it, has been a bunch of what if stories, and Stephanie Phillips started the first one, and I think it should have ended there. I don't know if it's a hot
Oh.
take.
Yeah.
Oh,
God
but
hot take.
I really loved her story, and I haven't had any of the other ones really hit anywhere close to like how that one felt. Like I was expecting, like, damn, like just okay, you can't come out with such a hot story just off the jump, and then like follow up with just like, like it was just. I don't know. The second one was Moon Knight, and what if Moon Knight died, and basically someone else took the mantle and became Luminari or something. So I don't know. It was all right. The third one was what if Loki was Thor, or what if Loki was worthy. So basically, it was back like it was like an old comic book, like Loki, like classic Loki, and I don't know if you like old timey Thor, maybe you like that, but like if you like newer Thor, it's definitely not it. And then this one, What If Dark Carnage, which is Carnage, and basically he breaks out, he goes in, it's like underneath like wherever he's at, and he just goes on like a adventure where he basically goes back in time, and he finds his ancestor attached to a tree, and then it gets all
God.
mythical. It's I was just like it just I don't know. Like I was hoping that they were gonna give the Carnage symbiote to someone else. Like that's what I was expecting. It ended up being a battle between him and his ancestor, and then like Carnage wins, and that was it. And it was like, all right, no one asked for that.
That's a pass.
No one asked. Yeah, that was a
hard
pass. Yep. I don't know if there's another what if coming out, but I hope it ends good. Like I hope.
I think
know?
there's one more. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's one more.
All right. Well, we'll see. Predator versus Wolverine. This one was like I was super excited for it, and I was reading it like it was a one shot. I was hoping like it was just an awesome like one shot story. It was it was good from beginning to end. It's what it is. Predator versus Wolverine. You see Wolverine when he's younger. It starts off with like Wolverine older, like basically like running away from Predator. And then he explains kind of their timeline and how he met the Predator. And, it's kind of going through like that. So I don't want to spoil it because I do want everyone to check it out. And it would be sick if they made this a movie one day. I don't think they will, but it would be cool to see as a movie. But this book is great. And the fact that it's not a one shot is actually really awesome.
The amount of licensing that would be required to make that a movie would be
I know.
insane. But at least we're getting it in comic book form. So
yeah. So and like I said, I'm getting a lot more than I thought I was getting. Like I really thought one shot story, boom, done, and it would have been great. But the fact that it's just that much more, I'm like, damn, like this is going to be really, really cool story to follow. So we'll just see. I'm sure it's probably like 4 issues or something like that. So, but definitely a pull. Kyle, do yours. Come on.
I noticed the trend with our Polar Pass. When it's a pass, we spoil and ruin the whole story and tell it in a very like unsystematic, just mess of way. But when it's a pull, it's like, I'm not telling you, just buy it. Like it feels a little backwards, but okay. All right, so
I feel like we're saving everyone. That's what we're doing. We're saving you from spending the money. It just, that's all it is.
but we're still making them sit through us tell it poorly.
Yeah. I feel like the way we tell it might be better. in some of these cases.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, so I said to myself, I'm not reading the current Batman run, and I haven't read it for a long time. And Tom King's part of the reason why I skipped it for so long. And then it was picked up by someone else, and I heard it was pretty good, but I didn't really get into it. I didn't really try. But then Chip took over.
Can I
Yeah.
pause you there for 1
Mhm.
second?
You can pause me. I'm not gonna like it.
All right. So
Strike
So-
three.
who is bored with shit right now? You ready?
Mhm. Yeah, go.
Today we are recording this September
Mhm.
27th, 2023.
Mhm.
What happened exactly 10 years ago today? And it deals with Chip.
Happened 10 years ago to that deals with Chip. How would I know this information?
Sex criminals number 1.
I was gonna say sex criminals.
10
That
years
was
ago?
10 years.
You know what? though?
What?
I forgot he wrote that.
He drew it, but it was
True.
Matt Fraction wrote it.
Oh,
Yeah, Matt Fraction, Chip Zdarsky, which is why it was so great.
Chip draws like that? I didn't know Chip
Yeah.
draws like that.
Yeah,
Wow, that really just changes a lot of perspective I have on him now.
for the
That's really
better or
weird.
for the worse.
No, better. I just never. I don't know. I guess it didn't click that he was a part of that. And then when you said him, like he wrote that, and then I was like arguing with myself, like that's not what I remember. But I don't remember things well, so maybe Jeremiah's right. That's okay. I have to revisit that now.
Everyone should revisit it. Sex criminals was perfect, but anyways, that was 10 fucking years ago.
Nuts. I thought you were going to ask me why I hate Tom King, and I
Oh,
wasn't
I know
gonna
why you
answer-
hate him.
I wasn't going to answer that. One day on the
Can I
live
just
stream.
say, not knowing what sex criminals meant, I thought it was a much darker thing that happened 10 years ago. I was like, oh, we can't talk about this guy. Like, why are we praising his writing?
Does Jeremiah know we're live?
I was like, what?
My hands in the mouse hovering over Jeremiah to mute him.
Kyle just read 10 books of this guy. Like, we gotta hop off this right now.
Anyways,
but go,
back to the main
Kyle.
topic.
Whoop.
So I started reading Batman when Chip started writing Batman. I realized that was a while ago that he started. Now I'm also reading it digitally, so it is delayed. So I'm a few issues back. But I started with issue 125. And I was like, let's just try it. The first issue I was like, holy shit. And then I read 10 issues. Like I read 10 issues in like 3 days. And all of you know I'm very busy. So for me to pull that off, that means I'm staying up to like 1 a.m. reading just to make up the time I don't have.
Oh, yeah. for
So I don't
sure.
want to like spoil too much. Like, but everything ties. Like it's not just like arc. Everything is woven. The first arc is weaving into the current arc. Night Terrors were shoved in there. I skipped all of it. Just skipped it. I
It's a good
skipped all
idea.
of it.
That was a good idea.
And then the next issue where it picks up, it's like, yeah, we just like went through that like with the nightmare nonsense. Batman's been asleep for 8 weeks. I'm like, that's all I needed. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. But just to give like little like keynotes of the story, because again, this is like old news now. Basically, Penguin goes away, and everyone thinks it's Batman's fault, right? So Batman subconsciously in his Zor-El form, because he has a Zor-El form, made a
Mm.
failsafe. And the failsafe is basically a what's that robot that's really hard to mess up because he just
Amazon.
yeah. So basically it's kind of like that, but a Batman version. So when the robot, who was created by an alternate personality in Batman, is like, hey, did you kill Penguin? Because if you did, then you gotta go away too. Just the same way he's got protocol on Superman. You know, everybody's got. So this crazy robot comes out, and it's like no one can beat it because it's literally Batman, but invincible. So that's like the first story, and that's where Batman falling from the moon. Like I'm sure you guys all heard about that.
Mhm.
It
Like
did.
that happens with that. Like yeah, he literally uses his grappling gun, some kind of like booster from some broken ship, and like his regular bat suit with like a little like oxygen mask. He's like, yeah, my suit's kind of okay in space. And like my grappling gun gives me a little bit of like air pressure. I could kind of steer. And he steers like not in a ship, just like free, like hanging onto a chunk of metal, like steers his way back to Earth from the moon and survives and stands up and fights afterwards. It's a little wild. And like I was so against it. And then I read it. I'm like, I'm sure the science is wrong, but it was such an effort to make it not wrong that it was fun. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that
it-
matters.
I recommend all of you jump in exactly where I jumped in. Don't read the Night Terrors tie-ins because you just pick up the next issue and it just sums it up. You're fine. And the other thing I really like, my last note on it, because again, I don't want to spoil, Tim Drake is his Robin. And Damian makes like one appearance. And when he does, he obviously is having some daddy issues and is just like, hey, hi, Batman. Like, whatever. And it's like, I know we thought you were like gone, but like, it's fine. Like, he's just very like angry. So, and Tim Drake is written very well by Chip. Like, it's the Tim Drake that like
It's because
like,
Chip loves
recognized.
him. So
Okay, so that makes sense. So anyway,
Yeah.
highly recommend Batman starting with Chip's run. And that's it. That's all I read. I got nothing else for you. I read 10 issues of that. Be proud of me. I don't know.
Well,
Check it out.
you can tell him how much you love it in New York because he's coming to New York.
Oh, okay. A long
Kyle
list of
makes
people
side
to
note.
visit. Yep. I got a long list of people to visit.
You can't visit Stephanie Phillips. She canceled.
She did?
No.
Dead. Take it off your list, gentlemen.
Damn.
Darn it.
All right. Well, next up, Batman and Robin. Speaking of Batman stories, there's so many of them, and sometimes I'm not
Yeah.
sure what's happening during what time. You know, sometimes throws me off. But Batman and Robin, it's a number one. Robin's a little aged up. We're talking about Damian. He's what's called. Bruce is telling him, "Hey, you know, we're gonna have to put you in high school." And he's like, "Wait, what? Like, no, you know." Or he's basically like, "What's my mission?" Like, no, and he's like, "No, you have to go to school. Like, you have to like be a kid." Like, so I don't know where this is gonna go, but they're in a brownstone. They're not in the Batcave, but they still have access to all like stuff, you know. But I just don't know kind of what they're doing. We'll see. I'm excited for it because it's kind of, again, it's aging up Robin a little bit, and I'm excited to see kind of where they take that whole story. So we'll see.
Putting Damien
So
in
it's a-
school cannot go well. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. It's still a pull for me. I feel like in the story, Damien's kind of treating Batman almost like Alfred, and Bruce even like reflects on like Alfred, like, oh, like how did you deal with me, like, you know, when I was younger.
Well, I
So,
was a little shit too,
kinda
wasn't I?
great.
How the fuck did you deal with me?
Yeah. So that's cool to see because Alfred's not around. So it's just, I don't know. We'll see kind of where this goes. So right now it's an I don't know yet, but I'm still gonna pull the second one, and then I'll come back, give you an update on that one. Flash #1 also came out this week, and I read that, and you might see my note there as a pass, and I hate to say it's a pass
But
because I
why
picked it up.
though? It's so exciting.
So it's Wally West. It's not Barry Allen, which is why I picked it up to start. I picked it up because it was a Wally West story, but it was just boring. There was too many words, and I didn't want to
Oh,
get to the
come
end anymore.
on. It's
Too many
the first
words.
issue. They need to establish the scene.
Nope, they established too much scene, and I just wanted to figure out what was the end of it. And once we got to the end of it, I skipped a lot of pages. I was like, whatever.
Wow.
And there's too many boxes to follow. And once I got to the end, I was like, who gives a fuck about this guy? I was like, so there's like this grand reveal of this new like Speed Force enemy, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. So I will not be picking this up anymore.
Wait, another
I'm done.
Speed Force enemy? Like a brand new one?
It's yeah. I
You
don't
want to
know
know?
if
We
he's
didn't
new
fucking
or
read
old.
it.
I don't care. I don't care.
There's
Just
too
don't
many
pick
at
it
this
up.
point, am I right?
And guys, here's the thing. They're gonna
Mhm.
kill him. That's all that's gonna happen. Is Wally West is gonna die again at the end of this. Spoiler, big spoiler. All right, I'm not gonna read 5 of these issues, and one of them he's gonna die. So there you
Just
go.
like that last one.
Yeah, no, he did
Dude,
actually. He
So
did,
me
then he went
and
back
this
in
other
time and did
guy,
it again.
we were talking on the TikTok page, and literally it is kill, rinse, repeat. And when I say rinse, I mean the Lazarus Pit. So this is what they do with him, and that's all it is. They just kill, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they use the Lazarus pit on him yet, but they could. That would be another cop out to kill him and bring him back. So, big one that I'm excited about is Ultimate Invasion #4. That was a hard pull, best pull of them all. I'm glad you have it there. I think mine is somewhere here.
So I'm halfway through it, and like you're good to spoil it if you want to, but I just want to make a comment that $8.99 for this, although the story and artwork are both incredible, the fuck, like, make it oversized if you're going to make me spend $8.99.
Wait. It's not oversized?
No,
Not this
it
one.
is
Not this one.
22 pages
Why is it $8.99?
because fucking it's the future. Like
It's the ink.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's the
God.
ink
It's made
shortage.
with Reed's cum. Like that's
I just
that's
don't
why.
understand how did they just realize how popular it was? And we're like,
Maybe, I
bump up the
think-
price.
maybe
Probably.
I think it's one of those things where everyone's gonna run out to get it because of all the hype behind it and the fact that
Mm.
it's this fucking good. And they know we're gonna pay it. I also don't think it's going to end up on Marvel Unlimited for a little while because of the $8.99 price point as well.
Guess what? I'll
He's
give Marco
wrong.
in 6 months.
So,
Oh no! It's already on Marvel Unlimited.
oh, it
is it?
is?
I didn't realize. Yeah, you didn't realize that. I thought Kyle was about to say that. Yeah, no, it's
No,
on.
I would have read
Yeah,
it.
the first one's already up.
Oh, just
okay.
the first one. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's not that bad.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I don't want to spoil it necessarily for you because I feel like you do need to read it. I
do
know
have
there
to
were a
say,
couple close.
What's going on right here? Fucking great. What leads up to this? Fucking great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can't wait. I'm excited to finish it. I'll be finishing in about 8 minutes. So-
Yeah, no, it's a great book. I recommend it to everyone. I don't necessarily know what they're setting up at the end of it. Well, I mean, I kind of do. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. I'm not. So because Jeremiah hasn't read it, I'm not spoiling it for him. You're reading it in 8 minutes. Next one, Miss Marvel #2. Oh yeah, that was a poll, by the way. If you didn't realize that, Miss Marvel is still a poll. This one didn't give you so much, but just kind of kept establishing the story of her in this new world of being a mutant and her trying to somewhat make a difference, but she's just having like conversations with people about it. And
there
that's
wasn't
really
too many
it.
words.
No, not too many words, just the right amount of action. Yeah. No. You know what? I need you to see. I need you to see this.
I was
all
going to
right?
show them anyway.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no. Here we go.
This shit pissed me off. Look at this. Look at all these boxes. Look at all these fucking boxes. There's just a bunch of boxes.
Boxes.
Look at this.
That's a lot of boxes.
That's,
There's too many.
um,
Let me show
all
you
right.
a page that bothers
he's got
me.
a point,
I'll show
though.
you.
There was a lot of,
There's a lot of
panels to
boxes.
that page.
It's the first issue. It's not like the 6th issue or the
Look
12th
at this.
issue.
Look at this. Look at all this.
That's
Look
a
at all
lot of.
this.
That is a lot of.
Then there's
little panels.
these things, and there's these things, and then there's a bunch of side notes. Like,
Thank
Alright.
you,
Come on.
Extreme.
I'm
We
Look
a
at
little-
appreciate you, Extreme.
Start a
Look.
moving company with all those boxes. Come on.
look at these
Jesus
boxes.
So many boxes.
I'm a little on Pierre's side now. I'm not gonna lie. I think he proved us wrong. That was a little intense.
I don't need a Wally West
lot of boxes,
trauma
man.
dump. You know,
I don't.
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
a little less
Dimitri.
boxes. Just a little less.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Extreme.
That's it. That's all.
Extreme has
But-
given us a nice compliment, saying great
Thank you,
podcast
Extreme.
today. I
We
do
appreciate it.
I do have a note. Extreme gave us some recommendations. I want to read them. And when I say I want to read them, Pierre, could you read them under the comments here?
Well, you have it under comments. Wait,
Yep.
where's it?
I'm gonna
where is
jump.
it?
I know we're moving a little ahead. I just wanna
I don't
run
know
out of
where you
time.
put them.
Okay, I'm gonna read it then. I'm gonna read it. So
Okay.
Extreme recommended some comics. The Cull.
Ooh,
I was
The
I was
Call.
pausing to see if Jeremiah knew it, and
It
Yes.
sounds
Oh,
Oh,
familiar.
okay.
I don't
Great
know
book.
that one.
Great book.
Do we read that?
I didn't. I mean,
Was
or I
it
forgot.
Image?
I want to say it's Boom, but it may be
Okay.
Image.
All right, then it's
So-
not. Then yeah. Okay.
He also recommended Arcade Kings, which I've heard of.
Mhm.
Tenement. Click Click Boom,
Click
Which-
Boom was great.
which
I
I
heard
think
of
I
that one.
confused with another book when I read his recommendation. Hexagon Bridge, which sounds
Never even heard of that one.
yeah, that one's the one I want to look up the most just because the name caught me. I'm like, Hexagon
too.
Bridge. And then of course The Walking Dead, which I think we all read in entirety? Did you read all of it, Jeremiah?
I even read Alien, which is probably my favorite story.
I don't think I've read that. I have that somewhere.
Oh, it's Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, it's a one
Pierre,
shot. But
you didn't finish. You didn't finish Walking
No.
Dead?
Too many words.
I definitely didn't finish.
I will
Well-
say the deluxe, the new version of Walking Dead is coming out because it is colored. I think it does a great job in helping advance Charlie Adler's art because Charlie has a really hard time differentiating faces.
Mm.
So like non-traditional comic book readers may have a hard time picking up Walking Dead. The deluxe is coming out now. It's about halfway through its run. It's colored now and it's beautiful. So
I kind of regret not grabbing that and just boxing it.
I kind of regret not buying my friend's variant cover for it when I had the opportunity.
Yeah, there's a lot of that lately. So yeah,
A
so
lot of regrets.
let's do some quick rumors. We might go over a few minutes here, just because I do want to ask you guys one other question at the end here.
Boom.
Pierre, you guys do rumors. You have to like yell and
Oh, this is my thing.
Um,
Rumors, baby. That's right. This is my thing, baby. Gal Gadot will be back as Wonder Woman. No.
Yeah,
No.
the rumor came back. The rumor came back and it's claiming the rumor of her not being in it was false. It's a new rumor on top of a rumor.
Rumorception.
No, I want a new one.
So will she be like an additional character in other people's stuff?
Sounds like she's Wonder Woman.
Maybe
No, but,
maybe she's Hippolyta.
It'd be so soon for that.
Yeah.
I just don't want a
Mm.
Wonder Woman 3.
Okay.
Don't bring up Wonder Woman 2, where she had intercourse with a stranger who was embodied by her ghost boyfriend from 30 years prior.
Yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
all along.
That
Horrible.
was a bad movie. Hot take: Aquaman is probably the best DC Justice League movie. I'm talking about the first one, not this one coming up. I don't know about this one, but
Wait, Pierre, do you want to lock that in?
what?
That you think Aquaman is the best Justice League member movie?
Yes.
Okay, so you admit that the Flash was shit.
No. I will not say that it was shit, but I believe that the Aquaman movie is the only movie that came out of that was actually like good. Like if you want to go rewatch that, you would rewatch it.
Absolutely not. Next rumor, please.
All right, that might be a lie. All right, X29 will appear in Deadpool 3. X29?
It's a typo.
Oh, it's
I
supposed to be
was
X23?
It's
Thank fuck.
It's a typo.
I was like X29.
I don't ask
3
me.
times 3 is 9.
I was like, all right, they're throwing another one in there. X23 will appear in Deadpool 3 with Daphne Keane returning as an older Laura Kinney. I'll take it.
I hope
Please.
she dons the Wolverine costume.
That'd be great.
Me
I just
too.
want her to be
Yeah.
Wolverine. I've said 100 times. Just make her Wolverine. Don't reference before. Don't reference the future. She just is Wolverine. And if you question it, it's just nope. That's Wolverine. What are you talking about?
Give me that show.
That would be a cool show.
I like that
A
idea.
Wolverine TV show over a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throg TV show.
No. All right, so I want to do 2 more comments. Pierre, your TikTok today got some attention. So some books that we didn't pick up, the others picked up. Jean Grey, Power Girl, and The Flash. So these books are picked up by Comic Book Casual today. We'll
Yep.
find out if he was also disappointed in The Flash. For the
I'm glad
amount
you brought
If
him
there
up.
were too many words for him.
I'm glad you brought him up because we were talking about Wally West and how he gets recycled. That is the person I was.
That's
talking
who. Okay, cool.
about. Yeah.
Then Tex Roundtree, longtime follower, he explained. I won't read it word for word, but he explained he picks up his books once a month because otherwise he ends up buying all the wall book variants.
That's what your comic book store needs, though. Like,
Yeah, but it's you go in to get your pile and you end up spending triple on 3 books. And the pile's worth half of one book.
minimally pick it up once a month. Like, by all means, pick it up once a month if that's what you're gonna do. But don't let it
Feel-
sit for 3 months, Kyle.
I feel attacked. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about, now that I poorly read the comments, are a little bit of clickbait. Is my favorite
This is
part of
it.
the show. This
You
is the
stuck around
clickbait.
for it.
You
This
stuck
is
around
the
for the
part that you
clickbait.
wanted.
So we know Ultimate Invasion is rebooting and doing whatnot to the Ultimate Universe. If reboot's the word, that's up to debate. But we know we're getting an Ultimate Spider-Man #1 by Hickman. We also just found out we're getting an Iron Man, and the Iron Man is rumored to not be Tony Stark.
It's not.
So the question is Ultimate Spider-Man #1 Peter Parker
Nope.
of the Ultimate Universe that walked off into the sunset? Is it Miles returning?
Nope.
Or is it a completely different Spider-Man? Do we know the answer in the pages today? Possibly. Do we want to spoil it for someone who hasn't read it? We don't know yet. So the question is, who do you think it is? Who do you think it should be? And if the book is hinting.
Can I
So
give-
I think. Oh, well,
no, you
I'm gonna
Pierre.
go.
You.
Iron Man. Iron Man, I think, is gonna be Peter Parker.
Wait,
So I think it's.
what?
I think Iron Man is actually gonna be Peter Parker.
You think Tony is going to be Spider-Man?
No. I didn't say
No,
Tony.
he thinks
I just
that
think
Peter is going to be Iron Man.
Oh,
that's it. I just think Peter is gonna be Iron Man. That's all.
okay. That's not the
He
question I
has no
asked.
powers.
but
Currently, he has no
Mhm.
powers. He wasn't made into Spider-Man, and he's just a smart kid. So maybe he goes to the school like his normal path that he would have gone, and he works with robots, whatever it is, and
Still
yeah.
finds a way to be a hero and Doc Ock and get some arms. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty,
that's my
it's pretty
theory.
solid. Jeremiah,
it.
counter that.
I think Reed is Spider-Man. I think Reed took the spider for himself and realizes that he needs to rebuild this universe in his image, and everything revolves around that web. I think the maker is going to make himself Spider-Man.
Okay. So both of
Wow.
your ideas work really well together, actually. Okay. So
That could be it.
would he still have the stretchability?
Yeah.
Or would he
I think
okay.
he'd have all the maker shit, but he'd put that on the back burner and just portray your friendly neighborhood Ultimate Spider-Man until shit starts to go a little sideways.
And then Peter Parker as Iron Man will come and save the day.
Potentially.
That's actually
And there's still
really
room for Miles to make
Hey,
it here
Marvel,
somewhere.
call us.
So-
if they're not doing
Yeah.
that. I don't think I want anything else now though. Like that's almost too perfect. Something else would not be as cool.
We know Reed has the spider.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it opens up. He has a spider. That's what we know.
So, I mean, he's selfish enough to take it. He's selfish enough to use it for himself. And he's arrogant enough to think that it will work.
That's really good. This is a clip right here. This is a clip. Peter Parker is Iron Man, and Reed Richards is Spider-Man in the new Ultimate Universe.
What do
Tell
you
us
guys
we're
think?
wrong.
Panelists,
What do you
Black
guys
Huts.
want to see?
Comic book.
It's a panelist one. We almost did it.
Panelids live stream.
All right, that's it. We're done. Good job, everyone.
Woo! Thank you.
All right,
We did it. We went over time.
that's okay. Bye, Extreme.